Hey everyone, so one of the hikes that I'm planning this year is 100 miles on the North Country Trail for the 2023 Allegheny 100. And in this video, I'm going to show you everything that I'll be bringing with me. All right, Matt here with Reach Your Summit, or Knowledge, as many hikers refer to me by on the trail. This year, as I mentioned, I'm planning 100 miles on the North Country Trail for the 2023 Allegheny 100. For those of you who may not be familiar with the Allegheny 100, the event is a 100-mile unsupported backpacking challenge that has to be completed in 50 hours or less. The event takes place in the middle of June in Allegheny National Forest in northwestern Pennsylvania. For this hike, I'm expecting high temperatures to be in the low 80s and lows at night to be in the mid 50s. Right now, I'm not planning on too much rain to be taking place during this hike. If the weather starts to look a little bit more wet as the trip gets closer, I do have a couple of alternatives, which I will share with you toward the end of this video. So for this hike, I am going to have a 5-pound base weight. This is everything that I'm going to have with me to remain safe and comfortable and achieve my objective of 100 miles in 50 hours or less. This winter has also been unusually warm for New England, so I've been able to get out and take advantage of the weather and get a lot of high mileage hikes in already, really dial in my gear and find what I feel is most comfortable for me and what will work best for this hike. A lot of this stuff you'll see in some of my previous videos, but I do also have a couple of newer items that I'm planning on using this year. So I thought I would put together this video just to show you all what I'll be carrying for the hike. So let's get into it. Kicking things off, I have one of my favorite packs. This is the Palante Joey, the second version that had come out. They're on the third now, and I have videos on this channel of both of those packs if you want to check it out. This is a 24-liter pack, has some really nice Lycra stretch mesh pockets on the sides, a really big Lycra stretch mesh pocket for the front of the pack. And a couple of the things that I really love about this pack are all of the pockets on the shoulder straps. Gives me a lot of quick access for items that I might want to have at the ready. The shoulder straps are also very wide and they allow for good weight distribution and a lot of comfort. I also have a bottom pocket here so I can throw daily snacks in there, keep pulling them out on the go while I'm hiking during this challenge. And the bottle pockets are also easy to access while I'm hiking. So this pack was designed for quick access with everything while remaining on the move, and I've been comfortable using this on 4-day backpacking trips or longer hikes where I have 3 to 4 days in between resupply points. So I'm going to bring this favorite with me for the Allegheny 100. All right, so we'll start with the outer pocket, and in here I have the Garmin InReach Mini. This is going to allow me to have SOS for rescue if I do need it, but it also, more importantly, allows me to check in back home. I can do two-way messaging if I don't have cell phone service, and cell service is pretty spotty out there, so this will be great to have for the entire hike. Next, I have a lightweight waterproof map of the entire section of the North Country Trail that I will be on in Allegheny National Forest. This will allow me to have good campsite selection. I'll also be able to find where water might be more reliable if I'm running low. The trail is well marked in North Carolina Tar Heel blue blazes, and I'm very familiar with the trail, but it's always nice to have a paper map just in case. Then I have my Hygiena backcountry bidet. This just connects to my water bottles and allows me to clean myself. I don't have to worry about running out of toilet paper. I don't have to worry about leaving a lot of waste behind. It's very simple, effective, lightweight, and it allows me to practice better leave no trace principles. Going along with that, I have my Deuce of Spades trowel. This is lightweight, titanium, has some really nice serrated edges here to dig into roots and really hard-packed ground if I do come across that. Then I have my footprint. This is just a piece of polycro, essentially plastic, very lightweight. This is going to give me a nice clean surface to sort out my gear and also keep myself a little bit cleaner with my sleep system for the event. And then I have my stakes. I'll be using Z-Packs carbon fiber stakes. Only 5 of them are needed to set up my tarp that I'll be using for this hike. And these have been very reliable. They have good holding power and they work well in varying conditions. That's it for that outer pocket. And on the side here, in this bottle pocket, I have the Sawyer Squeeze. This is what I'm going to be using this year. I used the Platypus Quick Draw in the past. I had also used Aqua Mira. The Sawyer Squeeze is very reliable, tried and true. I've been using this filter for many years now. It's compatible with my water bottles I'll be bringing. I also added a little gasket to the bottom in place of the O-ring, and the gasket has a little mesh filter on it, so it pre-filters the filter, so it helps reduce the likelihood of clogging. But again, very reliable. I've trusted this for many years. Then I have a little Sawyer pouch. This is one of the soft water bottle pouches that comes with the water filters. I'm going to be actually using this as a drinking cup for my morning coffee. I don't want to have my coffee grounds or anything getting mixed around with juice mixes or just plain water. So I figured I would bring this. It weighs near nothing. And if I do run into very dry conditions or a water source that's down to a trickle or very low, I can use this to scoop up water and pour it into my water bottle and then filter it. Then I'll be using some Platypus 1 liter soft water bottles. I'll have 2 of these on me for the hike, compatible with the filter as I just mentioned, but they are also compatible with my bidet. I can roll them up if I wanted to, if I was just using one at a time, and store it in the pocket, so they don't take up too much space either, and very reliable. So I have that one there, and then in the other bottle pocket, I have another one. Then I have my Z-Packs trekking pole. This is carbon fiber modified with a cork grip adjustable. I'm only carrying this so I can use it if there are some pretty tricky water crossings. I can also use this with my tarp system that I'm going to be using, and having the adjustability will allow me to adjust the tarp if needed while remaining underneath it, but mostly water crossings. And if I need to, this can also help with my hiking, give me a little more stability, help me keep my pace going, and help carry the pack weight just a little bit. Then up top here, I have my Sunto Clipper compass, just a very lightweight but still usable compass that I can pair with my map if I need to. In my top pocket here, I have a pair of sunglasses. These are the Tifosi Swank XLs for sun protection and to help reduce glare if I need to. Most of the trail is pretty well covered with flora, so I shouldn't need these too much, but still nice to have just in case. And I have a little bottle of hand sanitizer for interim cleaning. In my bottom pocket here, I have some Body Glide anti-chafe healing balm, just to help if I feel any hot spots coming on, help reduce blisters from forming, and help with any chafe if I end up starting to feel that. And I have a sunblock stick for my body and my face, any areas that are exposed. This is SPF 50. And then I have a little tube of lip balm. This will help with my lips. It can also help seal up any very small pinholes that I might have in my gear, and also works as a zipper lubricant. That's it for the outside of the pack. All right, now getting into the pack, I have a bug net canopy. This is from Yama Mountain Gear, and this will just clip to my trekking pole or clip to my tarp if I'm using it. It goes from the torso up, gives me a lot of headroom and room to move around inside of it, but it allows the rest of my gear to be open and exposed, so less that I need to worry about packing up. It's a little quicker and more efficient to use and help address the bug pressure. And if I need to, I'm just going to use this as the mosquito head net if I need it. And I have my tarp. This is a fantastic tarp. This is not my Z-Pax tarp though. This is Mountain Laurel Designs Monk tarp in 0.5 DCF. The width is 4 feet 3 inches and the length is 9 feet. Very minimal tarp, so you do need to be very skilled with tarps in order to find this to be effective and to be comfortable and safe with it. It will give me a good amount of protection if I need it from the rain or from wind, and if I'm able to get away with not setting this up at all, I'm just going to use the bug net, or I'm going to cowboy camp with the Polycro ground sheet. This is a really nice tarp. I've been really happy with it so far. Then I have my Aftershokz Aeropex headphones. These are Bluetooth compatible, so they will pair with my phone and allow me to listen to podcasts if I start to have a little too much time to think, which can definitely happen when you're hiking 30 to 40 miles a day. This will help boost my morale a little bit. I'm not going to be using them all of the time, but they will be nice to have just in case. And if the battery does run low on them, because I find that I'm using them a little bit more than I intended, they are USB rechargeable, so I can charge them with my battery pack. Then I have my fleece. This is one of the few things that I'll be bringing for additional clothing. This is the Senshi Ren, and it's a hooded fleece, balaclava style. This is going to give me additional warmth if I need it while I'm out on the North Country Trail. Polartec Alpha Direct that this fleece is made out of has been a game changer for me. Keeps me very warm, but it breathes really well and it dries very quickly. And then my other clothing that I'll be bringing with me. This is the Montbell Tachyon wind jacket. Very lightweight. It'll work with very light precip. If I find that it ends up being very heavy with rain, then I'm not going to wear this. I'm going to switch it out for something else. Right now I'm planning on using this. This will be more for wind protection, very light precip, a little extra warmth in the morning, and I can wear this as part of my sleep system too if I end up needing it. And I'll be pairing that with the Montbell Tachyon wind pants. Again, wind protection, extra warmth if I need it, very light precip, and these will also work really well as an additional bug barrier if I end up needing it. Then in here, I have all of my little doodads. So first, I have my Rovivon Aurora A5X. This is a very bright, very lightweight flashlight. I've been really happy with this. It's USB rechargeable. I'm going to use this for the times when I need to night hike. I can also set this up around camp and just have a little lantern. It also has the red LED, so I can look at my maps at night without blinding myself. This one in particular also glows in the dark, so I can find it a little easier when it's off. I can also clip this to the brim of my hat if I wanted to, but I also like to just stick it under my ear and use it as a light. That way, I've used it like that around camp. With my fleece, I can also pull the balaclava hood over and stick it in my ear to keep it secure. Then I have some charging cables, a little desiccant packet to help absorb any moisture that might end up in there, and then I have my battery bank. This is a Anker 10,000 milliamp hour battery pack. This is all that I'm going to need for the event. This will charge my phone a couple of times times, my Garmin a couple of times, the flashlight a couple of times, and also my headphones a couple of times if I end up needing to charge any of those devices. And it will also charge my watch, which I'm going to be wearing for the event. Then I have a bamboo toothbrush and some toothpaste. I have some Sea to Summit Wilderness Wash pocket soap and a light load towel. It'll help keep me a little bit cleaner. Some slow cooker liner bags just to use as a vapor barrier liner or a little waterproofing if I end up needing it. Bandages and blister care, gear repair. So I have some mesh in here, some Dyneema tape for my tarp, some super glue, and a O-ring for the Sawyer squeeze. And then I just have some antihistamine, anti-inflammatory, some stomach stuff, and a couple of chlorine dioxide tablets if something really went wrong with my filter and I had no other way to treat my water. I'll have this as an emergency backup. Then I have a small Rology recycled cork massage ball with the Reach Your Summit logo on it. This is going to help if I have any areas that are really tightened up, really sore. It'll help kind of stretch all of that tissue and muscle out. It'll relieve some of that tension and help keep me moving. Then I have a small Swiss Army multi-tool. This has a pair of tweezers on it in case I end up getting any ticks on me. Small knife blade, a couple of screwdrivers, a pair of scissors. I've honestly never really needed to use this too much out on the trail, but it's nice to have in case of an emergency. Then I have a mini Bic lighter here. I'm going to be going stoveless for the event, but it'll still be nice to have this just in case I need to make a fire for an emergency situation, but that's all that I'll be carrying this for. And then the ditty bag that all of that stuff is stored in, and I have that up near the top of the pack, so it's very quick and easy to get to if I needed it. And I have my food bag. This is a large food bag by Hilltop Packs with my hiking cat on there, Dixon, and the Reach Your Summit logo. Inside of there, I have a Nyla Pro food bag liner, and I also have a bear bag hanging kit. I have my pillow. This is just a little bit of packaging plastic that I can inflate with my breath, and I can deflate using one of my tent stakes. I'm going to put this inside of my pack at night and just use my pack as my pillow. Then I'll be lining my pack with a Nyla Fume pack liner. This is what I'm going to be using as waterproofing to keep anything inside of my pack dry that I want to remain dry. The pack is not waterproof on its own. It's water resistant. I've never had my gear get wet inside of this, so I'll be using this in my pack. And then in there, I have additional pair of socks. I'm going to be wearing Injinji toe socks. Lightweight, quick drying, gives me good foot movement and foot placement. Also helps with blister prevention. I've been wearing Injinji toe socks exclusively now for the last couple of years, and I can't go back to anything else aside from toe socks. I just find that they work really well for me. Then my quilt is the Enlightened Equipment Enigma 30-degree quilt. I can certainly go lighter for the Allegheny 100, but with how minimal I'm going with everything else, it'll be nice to have a little bit of additional warmth if I need it. And I've been really happy with this quilt. I have several years and hundreds of nights with this quilt, many miles on many trails, and this quilt still is going strong, and it's one of my favorites. And my sleeping pad, not gonna be for everyone, but this is just a 1/8 inch closed cell foam pad. This is the Gossamer Gear Thin Light with good campsite selection. I am very confident that I can use just this. It's not going to give me a lot of warmth, but it works really well for me. I've been comfortable to a certain degree with it. This will allow me to not have to worry about inflating and deflating a sleeping pad each night for this hike, so I can get a little bit of extra time in with hiking rather than spending that time at camp. This also works as cushioning and a little bit of support with my frameless hip beltless pack. I can also use this as a sit pad if I needed to. Now that's everything that I'll be carrying with me. For what I'll be wearing for this hike, I'm going to be wearing a Reach Your Summit 5-panel hat. This hat will give me good sun protection. It'll work with that bug canopy if I need to drape that over me while I'm hiking if bug pressure is really high. It's quick drying, very lightweight. My shirt is going to be an Old Navy camp shirt. This shirt is very lightweight, breathable, it dries very fast. It's also very soft and very comfortable. Along with this short sleeve shirt, I'm going to be wearing the Patagonia Strider Pro trail running shorts. These have a 5-inch inseam and they have a liner built in, so I don't have to worry about carrying any additional clothing. Quick drying, they give me a good range of movement and mobility, and they are very, very comfortable. Since I'm going to be wearing short sleeve shirt and short trail running shorts, I am also going to be carrying some bug lotion. This is Herbal Armor bug lotion, and I just transitioned it into a small spray bottle from Lightsmith. This I can spray on any exposed areas if I need it, but I'm not going to need too much for the Allegheny 100, so this small bottle is going to be more than enough. For my socks, I'll be wearing the Injinji toe socks, similar to the pair that I showed earlier in this video. Quick drying, good range of movement, and they work really well with my footwear, which is going to be the Ultra Lone Peak 6. These are non-waterproof. They have a decent amount of traction, zero drop, anatomically correct foot shape, and one of my favorite shoes over the years, and one of my favorite iterations of the Lone Peak shoe by Ultra. And I'll be recording this trip and also checking my vitals throughout the entire 100 miles and seeing where I am at with mileage by using the Apple Watch Series 6. So if it's forecasted to be just constant rain during this hike, then I'm going to change out just a couple of things that I went over in this video. The first is going to be my tarp. With having a 9-foot long by 4-foot-ish wide tarp, I'm going to want a little bit more coverage if I'm going to be out in consistent heavy rain. So if the forecast is showing that, then I'm going to go with my 7x9 Dyneema composite fabric tarp by Z-Packs. This tarp I've used for hundreds of nights, several thousand miles, and it is one of my favorite shelters, and it will cover me in varying conditions and offer me a little bit more protection and a little more versatility. The second item that I'll switch out will be the Yama Mountain Gear bug canopy, and I'll switch that out with my Bora Gear Dyneema composite fabric custom bivy. It'll help keep things a little bit drier and keep me a little bit more comfortable for those short hours that I am getting a little bit of rest. And it will also give me that continued protection from any bug pressure that I might experience out on the trail. And the last piece of gear that I'll switch out for the hike if it ends up pouring out is my jacket. The Montbell Tachyon is just going to offer me a little bit of water resistance. It's more for wind protection and a little bit of warmth. So if I end up switching that out, I'm going to be switching it out to the Arc'teryx Norvan SL hooded jacket. This jacket is made out of Gore-Tex Shake Dry. It'll give me a lot more water protection if I'm out hiking for hours in the pouring rain, a lot more than the Montbell Tachyon jacket will provide me. So there you have it. This is everything that I'll be bringing with me for the 2023 Allegheny 100. If you have any questions about any of this gear or any questions about the Allegheny 100 itself, please feel free to leave your questions in a comment below, or you can contact me at reachyoursummit.net. I hope that you found it helpful. I really enjoy putting these videos together for all of you. I wish all of you luck for the Allegheny 100 this year, and I look forward to hiking with all of you and seeing you out there. I look forward to sharing my experience at the event with all of you in the future, and I look forward to sharing a lot more videos on this channel with you too. Along with this hike, I have a lot of other great hikes planned for this year and some other gear videos and helpful tip videos. So subscribe to this channel if you enjoyed this content, and also hit the like button if you enjoyed this content and you'd like to see more. I want to thank you all for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I greatly appreciate it. And until the next one, I'll see you on the trail.